Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Some changes being made, but at the same time, there's a lot of playmakers, and each and every time you step that line, you got to bring your A game.
It's been a different winner each of the last 4 years. Does that kind of speak to the parity that's in the division?
I guess it has to. It's across the board as far as personnel in the rosters of the team. They have playmakers, and any given Sunday, those guys can be explosive and go out there and have the big game. So I mean, this division is wide open, but it's a very competitive division.
What were your impressions of Coach Garrett when you first met him, and how have they changed since you've been here?
When I first met him, I was trying to figure out why he smiles so much. Like he smiles even when he's mad and things like that. But now I see it. He's a true professional. I mean, he takes a lot of heat, and from what I see, he does a good job of keeping you guys off of him, staying out of the hot seats. And he's a very smart, methodical. I mean, everything he says, it's a reason behind it. He always has a message, and I mean, the stories he tells, it's always something you can get out of that you can relate to life and to football. So I mean, he's very methodical about the things he says.
Do you look at him as a guy who went to Princeton, or do you look at him more as just like your average football coach? I mean, does that play into your mind?
Well,
from a respect factor?
You can tell that he has some background of being in the Ivy League, just in the way he articulates things. But we have faith in him as our football coach, and at the end of the day, he's there with us. We're all going through the same thing together. He can relate to us, and we can relate to him now. So I mean, we don't try to hold any of the Ivy League thing against him. I mean, we think we have a smart coach, and we know he's smart. So.
Talk to you about your struggle. So a lot of guys look at you because you're a veteran guy that needs help when you go Brandon Carr.
I mean, I'm there for guys. I'm there as far as rookies. Just trying to help them out with the process, the transition of coming from college to the NFL and being a Cowboy at that. I was thrown into the fire early on in my career as a rookie and a 5th round pick, and I experienced a lot of different things, and I feel like I have a lot of knowledge and insight that I can give to them. Whether it's good game, bad game, off the field problems, whatever it may be. I mean, we all pretty much go through some of the same things, and I just try to help them with maybe some of the mistakes I made. They won't make the same ones, or some of the things that I think I did well, I can kind of relate to them and tell them, the right direction to go.
Which one of the young DBs do you think improved the most?
Yeah, that's cool. I'd take that one.
Which one of the young DBs has shown the most improvement in camp?
I mean, guys, like I said, this is one of the competition battles as well. I mean, the secondary they brought in a lot of skillful guys, brought in some young guys to the mix that can go out there and they don't shy away from competition or any contact out there. But the guy that I've been kind of looking at, even OTAs, he did his thing, is J.J. Wilcox. I mean, he's a guy that's all over the field. You saw that last week with the drive he got in. He made the first 5 whatever tackles. I mean, coming from a free safety or just coming from playing outside the box and being around the ball. I mean, and then at the same time, getting interceptions in the red zone. It's the same thing he's been doing in OTA, so I mean, it's no surprise. He kind of got a name around. I gave him the red zone killer. He's always the guy when the ball gets down to the red zone. He's the one that's gonna make a play for us. So I mean, he's been showing a lot of improvement and just his off the field knowledge and just the maturity level that he has. I mean, it's hopefully sky's the limit for that guy.
You talked to him since he's left, or no? His mom is sick.
No, I'm gonna give him a call after we leave here. Kind of talk to him, keep him up. Keep him in our prayers and just let him know we got his back.
Did you know that was happening in previous weeks? Had it been on his mind?
Nope, sure didn't. I did not know what was going on, and that just kind of shows you his maturity level as well. I mean, it's a big issue, but at the same time, he didn't really let it affect his play or let it be known or show it out here when it's time to come out here and go to work. But now he's doing what he has to do to take care of his family. We understand that, so I mean, but at the same time, like I said, he did a good job of coming out here and still executing and doing his job.
That's tough to do now that personal take over.
It's very hard when it's real life situations that kind of make football take a back seat to things that's going on. I mean, this is a game for us. It's an honor and a privilege for us to play, but at the same time, we still have family and people we care dearly for, and you have your mom, somebody that's been there for you your whole life and gave birth to you. I mean, it kind of makes football, like I said, take a back seat.
How hard was that for you last year? I mean, you had some obviously tough circumstances to go through.
It was extremely hard. I never would have imagined going through a time like that. But at the same time, I learned a lot about myself, just going through that adversity. I mean, it's a difference between going through a game where you're getting picked on and getting passes caught or getting penalties and things like that to actually people that you know and share intimate moments with pass away, and just the nature of different things that happen. Still have to come out here and focus and play a game. It was pretty tough, but I found strength within, and it also allowed me to exercise my faith and actually test myself and see how strong I was in my word. And at the end of the day, I just let everything just figure itself out. Some things you won't understand. I don't have an answer for everything, and I was fine with that because I just believe in the higher power.
Going back to Garrett, I mean, he was really put under the microscope this offseason, and obviously a lot of the media attention was focused on him. Did you ever see him be frustrated or anything like that?
No.
And were you surprised? I mean, just that a guy, he's able to. I mean, because he looks like that on the sidelines, he's able to kind of, in any moment, it just seems like he has the same kind of demeanor.
Yeah, I mean that's how he's kind of even keel.
Yeah.
I don't really think he lets a lot of things affect him. I mean, you got to be that way as a head football coach, especially of a team under as much scrutiny in the spotlight like the Cowboys. I mean, we are a reflection of him. We see him in meetings and the way he conducts himself, and we watch interviews and things like that, and you can see our coach consistently batting down anything that comes his way, and always just remaining cool and coming to us and just staying firm in what he believes in. And guys, we respect that, and it kind of trickles over to us, and we come out here and try to represent him on the field.
Is that, obviously, I mean, the results haven't come in the last 3 seasons, but I mean, is that why you guys have faith in him? That he seems to have, be committed to his way of doing things and his plan, and it makes sense to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we're a family. I mean, this is a process of it's like a family vacation for us, just a bonding experience at the same time, getting better as a team. And I mean, we have a lot of faith in him. He's been through the same things we've been through, and like I said, he continues to stand up and stay firm. He doesn't bat an eye. So I mean, he has our respect and our confidence, and we just hope to go out there and translate all these things into wins, and that'll cure a lot of problems and questions around here.
Is Kiffin going to use more zone or more man for you?
I just know. I don't know. I guess we're gonna. I mean, we have the personnel to play. I guess we can do it all. I mean, that's the good thing about the defense we have now. The ability to each play switch it up, give you different looks, give you the same look, and run different schemes out of it. So, without getting too much detail, I guess. I don't know.
So I'm going to be more cover 2, cover 3, or
what you think so far?
A little bit of everything.
There you go.
See? But we don't get to see what's going to happen in the game, though, until the game comes.
Yeah,
I'm trying to sneak one in on you here.
The change in defensive philosophy, does that impact you specifically on how you play your position? Or is it pretty much the same for you?
For corners, some things always remain the same. We got different, schematically it's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, you're out there on that island. It's you and the receiver. And it's up to you to get the job done. So, I mean, you can call it whatever play you want to call, but it's going to come down to that one-on-one matchup. So.
Were you surprised that, Barry came back, as healthy, as quickly as he did? I mean, in May, and I mean, how does he look, especially from the? You said he worked on the deep half of, covering. I mean, working the ball, using the ball machine in the off season.
I think he, me personally, I think he looks a little bit more explosive and faster than last year, and we sit back and we talk about it because when I was in college, an Achilles tear. Your career is pretty much, you're done, but how the advancements of technology and the medicine now, I mean, and he's young, and he was, you know, the trainers did a great job of rehabbing him, getting him back, and he was working his. I mean, he was really in that training room working to get back on the field. You know, he wasn't, I guess, satisfied. He didn't like the way things played out. You know, I felt like last year would have been a very explosive year for him, making his name known.
He looked good early.
Oh man, he looked good. So, I mean, he bounced back, and I think he's probably gained the step.
Yeah, and you know, you think that motivation just because once you have a taste, just a little taste,
yeah,
and you kind of.
And I mean, his expectations were very, very high. OTAs had a great OTAs last year. Training camp, he was looking pretty good, and you know, heading to the season, we had a good feeling. You know, we came off a win with the Giants. We dropped one, then we come back home and, you know, ready to rock and roll, and wow, get anything like that. I mean, it's another part of adversity. Things happen in life, things happen on the field. That's
in fact, when I played ball in ACL, you were done.
Exactly. So,
I mean, medicine's advanced a lot.
Medicine is advancing, and guys are recovering and doing a good job of rehabbing to get back on the field. And like I said, a lot of guys come back even faster, more explosive than when before the injury. So I mean, he's putting a lot of work. Hopefully this year he can, you know, turn that corner, just like the secondary, we're trying to turn the corner and make plays and create identity for ourselves.
Because he was more of an in-the-box kind of. He kind of played, you know, that kind of fourth linebacker role sometimes. You know,
he likes to run and run and hit, but he still has that red line to red line range as far as a deep middle safety. So I mean, he can do it all. He has the size, the speed, and everything that you want in a safety. So you know, hopefully, you know, big things from Church.
Yeah, cool.
We hope to see some.
Yeah, we need to.
Well, it's been a good year from you too.
Yeah, I need a good year. We all need a good year, man. In order for this thing to work, everybody needs to have that bar set high as far as individual performance, and I think that kind of correlates to us as a team.
Well, look how solid the defense was before the injuries, and then, you know, after the injuries, it was amazing difference.
Yeah, we took a big hit, man, as far as injuries, and some of the things we did as a defense changed with personnel, but at the same time, things happen like that in the NFL every day, and we were still able to get it together, and it was one game away once again from getting into the playoffs. I mean, that's why I said this division is.
What was amazing to me is how those guys came in and how quick they were on the field. They didn't really have time to learn the defense.
That's how it is,
like
man.
Sims, he come in and
you get a guy
right away.
The street, and I mean, you just come in shape, you get your playbook, and it's pretty much just force feed you everything, and you got to come out here and be able to adapt and take it to the field.
Was Rob's scheme more complex, like harder to learn than Monty's?
Yeah, for the inside guys, yeah. Well, you know, Rob is very exotic.
I know. I've seen all the different fronts and stuff.
That's how he is. He has a lot of things going on. This is more simple. I mean, we do some things as well, but it allows guys. I mean, his defense is the same. Allows guys to go out there and make plays. This one is kind of, we know where everyone is each and every play. So I mean, it's accountability in this scheme.
So would you say it's more of a mobile front in Kiffin's defense than Rob's, or?
What you mean?
Like more stunts and stuff. Movement along the line.
I don't think it's anymore. I mean, they do the things up front. They take care of their business up there, and then we got our own special calls in the back end. But
is there a big difference between being in Dallas preparing for a divisional rival than in other cities?
No, I don't really think so.
The rivalry's not more intense in the NFC East?
No, we have some we have some rivalry games, like the Raiders and the Broncos. Those are pretty big games. I mean, rivalries and rivalries. I mean, it's the NFL, and guys can get out there each and every Sunday. So I mean, just the intensity level to me is pretty much the same.
How's your Sunday?
Doing good, man. Big boy, just eating and sleeping.
How old is he?
Hanging out. What's today? 12?
13.
So Monday is this,
8 days.
Yeah. So.
Oh, wow.
Week old.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
8 pounds, 4 ounces, right?
11.
8'11"? 8'11"?
Yep.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, I was 10'9" when that came out.
I couldn't believe how big Tony's kid is already when I saw yesterday. I was like, holy cow, they grow up quick.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on nowadays. He come out with a handful of hair. He come out like trying to hold his head up and just looking around like, man, this kid's not going.
He'll be playing football by the time he's 5, huh?
I put him in basketball. Let him play baseball.